Don't mind me stopping and starting a little bit every half an hour. I'm also recording this for YouTube, by the way. So I'm starting and stopping recordings in half-hour increments, approximately, as I play. For those of you who are new to my Twitch channel and don't know what I'm doing, why I'm pausing every half an hour for a few seconds. That's what I'm doing, Hawkeye. I find it easier than I don't like editing my videos. So rather than just download a 3 or 4 hour stream file and chop it up into pieces, I just create it in half-hour pieces in the first place. So much easier. You fall off the floor right now. I'm not generally that clumsy most of the time, but as I'm sure you've observed in watching my channel now and then, I do tend to be prone to the occasional derp. Now and again. And you, come on. Yes, exactly. With occasional being very much in quotation marks. For sure. I mean, I don't think I'm derpy enough to be considered to be derpy all the time. I certainly have my fair share of them, that's for sure. They're certainly not rare occurrences either. Die. Or don't. Alright, now we're about to get that sack that the Snuggly the Crow wanted. We'll take it off this person's head. Or is it the next butcher? I don't remember. One of these butchers. We get their head. Ah, jogged too soon. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess it's the other butcher. Okay. Yeah, Hawkeye, you get souls by killing things, and you spend them either as currency at stores, or you spend them to increase your stats, which they consider to be level ups. Alright, let's see. Mimic, check. You are not a mimic, I don't think. I forget what the first mimic in this game is. Ooh, large ember, that'll be useful. Oh, I'll go down this hallway because there's a new bonfire to unlock. See, the nice thing about this game, though, Hawkeye, and the thing that makes it a little bit fair, is that even though you drop your souls when you get killed, you can still get back to. If you get back to the spot without dying again, you can pick them back up and get them back.
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, or the Great Swan. I will not forget my debt to you.
You're welcome, buddy. If you want to be a pyromancer character, you can learn pyromancy from this guy. Now that we've rescued him. He'll be back at our base later. Now there's gonna be... There you are. Another surprise butcher. I think this is the one we get the sack from. Oh, that didn't work out. There we go. Better take a drink. A little sippy sip. My Sunny D here. There we go. I forget what Snuggly the Crow gives us for that, but since I don't really feel like keeping the sack, Snuggly is welcome to have it. Now here's another area where it pays to be very observant. Make it slow. There's some dangerous stuff that can happen to us around here. The one... There we go, see? See it on the roof? See that? Watch this. If that thing lands on your head, it does a ton of damage. A lot of damage. And now watch this hallway. Look at them all. Look at them all. Now if you're a pyromancer, these things are weak to fire. Also, we have 2 humanity on us right now, which means we can kindle the next bonfire. And I might as well, because I'll just lose them if I die anyway. These things don't take much damage. I think fire is the only thing they really take a good chunk of damage from. I'm not a pyromancer, so I don't have a lot of fire. I have some fire bombs, but they're consumable items. I don't want to use them up. Is that all of them? Yeah. Ew. Get stabbed. Take a look at that item. Green Titanite Shard. Reinforces magic, divine, and fire weapons. Titanite shards are fragments of the legendary slabs. I think there's a door I can open up. Hiding in these crates. Can I open it from this side? Oh, I have to open it from the other side. Okay. And yeah, Hawkeye, you can do a very, very much a magic-based class in this game if you want to. You're basically in, it's a sort of a free-form build here. I'll show you what leveling up looks like. You find these bonfires to sit down at. These are like your home bases and your checkpoints. And also your level up here. And if you get killed, you reappear at this bonfire. Here's what leveling up looks like. Right now, I need 4,900 souls to level up, and I have 6,399, so I can level up once. That means I choose one of these stats to increase. I can increase any of these. Whatever I feel like. Now, in the game, you do pick a class when you start the game, but the only thing the class does is determine what your starting stats are and what your starting equipment is. After that, you just buy whatever you want. I chose to start the game as a cleric because I wanted to have high faith. We have vitality. Oops. Wrong button. Made everything messy. So we have vitality. This gives us more health. That's what I want. I guess what we need to get though. Attunement. This is for spellcasting characters. The higher your attunement is, the more spells you can have ready to cast. As a cleric, I can cast miracle spells. And I have a healing spell right now, for example. I don't have any more spells right now, though, but possible I might want to increase that later. Also, I think, if I remember correctly, it also determines your spellcasting speed, although in this game that might be dexterity, I'm not sure. Endurance, that gives us more stamina, and also increases the weight of the equipment we can carry. Or sorry, not carry. Equip, like actually wear. So if we want bigger weapons and heavier armor, we need to increase endurance. Strength, that will increase the amount of damage we do with certain weapons. Dexterity will also increase your weapon damage with certain other kinds of weapons, such as daggers and spears. Resistance, this will make us more resistant to things such as curse and poison. Intelligence increases your damage with sorcery spells. And faith increases your effectiveness of miracle spells. Right now I'm going to increase my strength. You also get weapons, like this fancy little weapon I'm using here called the Astora Straight Sword. You can see the stats on it here. It does both physical and magic damage. So its damage will go up with both my strength and my faith, because it's a holy sword. Which is the kind of character I want to be playing. Now it's possible to get weapons that increase with your intelligence stat, that do magic damage on top of their physical damage and increase with intelligence instead of faith. So that can be a good thing to do if you're going to be playing a sorcerer type. Or you can just blast people with spells all day as well. But you can only cast a spell so many times. Like, see over on the bottom left, my top icon out of those 4 icons says heal, and there's number 5. That's my healing spell. I can cast it 5 times before I go back to a bonfire and replenish it. Now, sorcerer spells have more castings because they're attack spells, but there's still a limit. You can't use them on everything. And they don't just regenerate on their own. So it's basically, until you go back to rest, you get a certain amount, and that's it. So that's why it's a good idea to have a weapon that can go up with your intelligence, because that way you have something you can use on just the common enemies that aren't worth using your magic on. Like these things. I just wanted to kill those guys to get some of that green titanite there. So now I'm going to go back to where that first butcher was. Because there's something I want to do there. Oh wait, there's another one here. Kill this one too. Let's two-hand our weapon. Do a bit more damage that way. So here's a trick you can do if you ever try this game as well, Hawkeye. There's a button you can use to switch from one-handed to two-handed grip on your weapon. If you use your weapon two-handed, you will do... your stats will count as if they are 50% higher for the purposes of using this weapon. So you'll do a bit more damage, because it'll count your strength and dexterity as being higher. But you can't use your shield that way. So there's the trade-off. You can also, that also allows you to use a weapon you don't have enough stats for to begin with. For example, I have a weapon in my inventory right now that I can't use. But if I was to two-hand it, then I could use it. Let me show you. So I have this one called the Zweihander. As you can see here, required parameter in the middle at the bottom. The red number says 24 next to the icon for strength. And I have 20 strength, so I can't wield this one-handed. But I can wield it two-handed, because then my strength will count as if it's 30. But I'm not ready to use that weapon just yet. I have plans for it for later. I'm going to make it into a holy Zweihander. Okay. Now I'm coming back to do this. Now that Zweihander would do more damage than the weapon I'm using right now, but I just like using a shield and I like using a holy weapon. Okay, let's see if I can backstab Mama Rat here. Remember earlier when we rescued that guy from the barrel room and I said he was a pyromancer? And he said that she was going to eat him? This is the she he was referring to. Oh man, that really hurt you, didn't it? Good night. Well, that became a non-battle. Also, what are you looking at? That rat is actually kind of a pain in the butt to fight, so I'm glad I was able to get the sneak attack on it. Or the plunge attack. Okay, let's see. Some stuff I can get here, but you have to be careful. We got a rat about to flank us over here, and we've got a pit here. That actually won't kill us. We can fall down that safely, but it will prevent us from doing much else up here. It's a bit of a one-way trip. That's that room. Any goodies over here? Also, you have to be aware of your weapon swing arc. Like if I went two-handed with this, it's going to bounce off the wall. If I wield it one-handed, it's more of a stab. Is there a map feature? No, there is not. But honestly, the areas are pretty memorable. You can learn your way around pretty well. It honestly hasn't really been a problem for me. Alright, Rados. Yeah, they have a friend, by the way. Actually, you know what? While you're stuck in the doorway, I'm going to switch shields. This is my anti-fire shield. I want my anti-magic shield instead. Ah, nothing. Alright, let's get this guy. The shield won't block all of his magic damage, but it will block 80% of it. It's pretty good. Ah, denied. Backstab denied. There we go. Got it. Now let's heal ourselves with the spell instead of the potion. There we go. I don't think there's anybody in these ones. Got a little hidden item over here. Thanks, Dog. I am a bit warmed up by this point. Also, the stuff I'm fighting now is just a lot easier than the other stuff I was fighting. This part isn't super hard. If you know what to expect out of it, that is. You're used to it. Right, so now we're on the other side. We just pull the big rat over there. Time for boss? Not quite yet, Reyna, but soon. Soon we'll be fighting one of the weirdest bosses in the game. Not quite yet. Just want to make sure I'm getting all this. Okay, this. Now we're back here that we saw earlier. Look around. Okay, I think we need to jump down one of those holes now, if I remember correctly. Go down the slide. Actually, the slide's better. Safer. Yeah, the fog isn't always boss time, and that was technically a backwards fog in a way. If I'd gone through the fog from the other side, it would have led us to the giant rat in a face-to-face fight without using the plunging attack against it. But the next true boss is down there. That room down there is where we're going to fight the next boss. Okay, so at this point, my decision is to, well, I should say my choices are, I can jump down one of these holes, which is not the best way to do it, or I can go down the big slide. Actually, wait a second. No, there's an item I want that I need to jump down these holes for. I go down this slide. Remember after I killed the giant rat, there was a water slide that could have gone down. But okay, I'm gonna go down one of these holes. This is gonna be very dangerous. I could be getting myself killed, but there's some content I'll miss out on if I don't do this. So here we go. After you, rat. Wish me luck. It's time to jump into the lair of the basilisks. Here we go. Now these are derpy looking little bastards, and you've seen these guys in Dark Souls 3. Which means you know what they can do and why they're dangerous. And there's a whole bunch of them around here. These guys are actually worse in this game. Because first of all, the bar is very short. Shit. Nope, nope, nope. The bar is very short, but also being killed by these things is worse than it is in Dark Souls 3. Because you will be cursed, which means in this game, if curse kills you in this game, you come back, when you come back to life, you come back at half of your maximum health. And that is a permanent state unless cured with a purging stone, which is expensive. So they're worse in this game than they are in Dark Souls 3. Oh, bye. I believe I have, I think, 2 purging stones on me that I found, but buying more of them costs, I think, 5,000 souls, if I remember correctly. It really sucks. You gotta be super careful with these things. Haha, suckers. For such doofy looking enemies, they are very dangerous. Okay, now we have to risk a death fall in order to get the ring we want. This over here. That's what... Actually, no, that's not even the ring. Never mind. I think that's a good item, though. I don't remember what it is, but I remember it being something that I want. Suckers. Die. Going for the Holy Crusade. And now, the main item I was here for, over here, this is why we're here. The Ring of the Evil Eye. Every Dark Souls game has one of these, and I wanted it. Put it here. According to legend, this ring contains the spirit of the Evil Eye, a dark beast which assaulted Astora. The strength of the Evil Eye does not waver, and HP is absorbed from fallen enemies. So now we can save up a little bit of our healing potion by slowly healing it a small amount whenever we kill an enemy. If we're slow and careful, that'll probably be all the healing we need. Okay, now I'm going to risk the jump. Corner jump is a bit nasty. Okay, so that's how much space we have. There we go. That's a humanity. I think that fall is an instant death fall, unlike the other ones. Okay. Now we can move on to the boss. Just have to remember which way to go. It's this way. Yeah, it's this way. Okay, I think that's all the basilisks. Now we're back to rats. Come on, rats. I know you're trying to draw me out. Where are you? There's some rats here somewhere. There it is. Oh, Dark Knight. Knight Kirk has invaded. So I am playing in offline mode, which means this is an NPC. Which means I have a chance of beating it. I'm not very good at PvP in these games, and I don't enjoy it. Which is why we are in offline mode. Both makes the game things easier for us, and also I just don't like those fights. I don't want to back up too much because there's fresh enemies in this direction. Come on. Yeah, there's an online mode to this Hawkeye, which means that you can summon friends to help you, but also other players can invade you and fight you. Which looks like this, except for the fact that this is an NPC and not an actual player. But this is what it would look like. Except that they'd be better at it. The difference between this and real online mode is I would have lost if this had been real online mode, probably. But you can get humanity by beating other people in PvP, if that's something you want. But humanity's not that big a deal generally, so... as much as the game wants to tell you otherwise. Yeah, you can summon friends to help you, which is mostly done for bosses. Although some people like to go through the whole game cooperatively. That costs a lot of stuff to do. A lot of humanity to do that. Bloopy bloop, Rose! Hey, welcome back, Rose. With more bits. Now, personally, I'm not a big PvP guy unless I'm playing something like... if I want to play PvP, I will load up like Overwatch or something. A game made for PvP. Okay, let's spend our souls, and then it's boss time. Back here again. This time the door's unlocked, so we can go straight to the boss this time. Okay, let's get some... how about some more endurance? Okay, and 1 second.